Hey everybody, I'm going to do my first unboxing video for Forge the Narrative. I just got in Robotech RPG Tactics in the mail, and I haven't even looked in the box yet, and I thought you guys might want to see it because you know how I feel about this property. It is awesome. So open up the box. First thing we see looks like is the packing slip. Says, where it went and everything that's included. As you can see, I got, not every one of the upgrades, but I got, the Battlecry set, which comes with the main box game, and then all of the upgrades. So pretty happy, at least the free upgrades they got. So I'm happy about that. Next thing I see here is this art print. This is pretty cool. I mean, this is, got a lot of action here. We got the SDF one, Skull one, the Robotech Squadron, Battle Pod. I'm gonna say that's Chiron no matter what. Then just a bunch of battle pods fighting over the city. It's like early on in the war, maybe. Pretty cool. This is not as large as I wanted it to be, but hey, what do you do? It still looks neat. In the box, this front and center in there, you can see it doesn't even fit in the shot. This is a pretty big box. I'm going to adjust the camera here just a little bit. Very nice. Has a real solid feel to it. I'm going to go ahead and open it up. Palladium Books, Ninja Division, Harmony Gold. It's like working together. You can see it's a tactical battle game for 2 or more players. I'm going to go ahead and set this aside and just get the stuff out. Oh, look at that. It's like battle pods. Nice. Going to be a lot of battle pods in here. Yep, more battle pods. Kind of the thing about Zentradi is that they had battle pods for days, but they all looked pretty similar. Now, that's not in itself necessarily a bad thing, especially when you can paint them up, do a lot of things. I believe there's going to be some decals in here. Hopefully, we'll see. This is one of the first Robotech fighters. Lots of parts on these things, more parts than maybe I anticipated. And I know that if you've been following along with the Kickstarter and them sending everything out, you know that they were, basically prepped us for there being a fair amount of parts. So this is a fairly detailed model kit, but it's going to give us some nice looking miniatures. Look at that thing. I believe this is one of the larger battle pods, at least a piece of it, or one of the attachment ships to the battle pods. Yeah, we'll look at all that more in depth later on. Bunches of sprues of Robotechs and battle pods. Kind of interesting thing is that each one of the Robotechs has three forms to it. So you've got the Battleoid mode, which is the giant robot, Guardian mode, where it's got just the legs below as it flies around, and then of course the Robotech mode. Oh, nice little stealth fighter pick in here. Role-playing game and source books. Oh, an ad for Rifts. If you guys ever grew up when I did, you probably played Rifts. Here's bases for everybody. These are the flat, it's like flat, about 40mm side bases. They don't have a lip on them or a ridge. I played a demo game and it didn't seem to be a factor, at all. You could still move them around. Everything was cool. Here's the cards. These are all. This is one of the upgrades. I got a laminated card so you can mark all the damage and stuff as you receive it. Looks like we got some Zentradi stuff in there as well. So battle cards, very nice. More battle cards. Looks like some command tokens. What it is, you get in the game, you get the ability to issue orders to your figures, and you do that by spending these command tokens. I guess that's kind of similar to how like War Machine and stuff works, although I don't play War Machine. Here's some of the decals we talked about. You see very tiny decals to go on the miniatures, but hey, cool stuff. We got the UN Spacey, a bunch of those because that was plastered over everything. We got the Robotech Defense Force symbols and then a bunch of squad markings and numbers and stuff. Looks like it's going to go a long way detailing the figures. The base. This, I believe, was a blast template. Looks like it's got some numbers around that. Kind of curious as to how. I guess that's maybe the quadrant that you can roll. on a D6. They're numbered 1 to 6. Some neat little inlays in there. I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera. I didn't expect that. You know, something to separate it. Pretty cool. Zentradi decals. Very nice. There's cards. Yeah, there's more. I guess when you're not playing the squads, the individuals. I bet there's a bunch of different kinds in there. Here's a lad for Ninja Division stuff. Relic Knights and Super Dungeon Explorer. You guys have heard of that, I'm sure. Tentacle Bento. Oh, these I was interested in. The dice, you know, symbols, dice on them. These they feel pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and open them up. Roll them a couple times. Yeah, well, you know, not amazing. I'm not a hot roller. I don't. They look pretty good. I haven't seen a bunch of the symbols come up, you know, which sometimes in these kind of club dice, you know, as you see too many of the symbols, not enough of the other numbers. But that does not seem to be the case with these, which is nice. Here's some looks like instructions, which is good because you know, lots of parts would not want to be fiddling with that all by myself. Looks like, you know, little we saw this here on the thing, little stands there for each of the various forms of when they're transformed. Yeah, probably could paint those up kind of cool. An ad for the expansion, a lot of literature, a lot of ads, but you know, I can't blame them. You know, there's a lot included in this Battlecry set. A lot of value if you got the Battlecry. And variations in the battle pods, you know, that we've seen. Which is good because you don't want to have just a... Well, I guess whatever, you might. Maybe that's probably going to be a solid strategy in the game. But it just doesn't look as awesome unless you got a bunch of different forms and stuff on there. And here are... Looks like the Zentradi command tokens. Neat. You know, I think once everything gets assembled, there's not going to be too much to worry about having to keep up with in the game. Especially with games like X-Wing that we're already accustomed to having little cards and stuff. And these little tokens, I mean, they're player aids. You don't have to use them, you use dice. You know, anyway, it seems cool. Last but not least here in this main box is the rule book. And as you can see, it is pretty thick. I hope there's some neat fluff in here. Nice little descriptions of the characters. I was able to pick up the Maximiria special release from Gen Con. I'm pretty excited about getting those together. There's my boys, Roy Fokker and Rick Hunter. Looks like, oh, yeah, little stats and stuff here for them. Bonuses within the game. That's going to be neat. This is a nice rulebook. I mean, everything's full color, laid out well. You know, it's got a pretty good feel to it. Yeah, it's going to be interesting or nice to read through. Now, this stuff's in a bag of its own. And I bet this is all, yep, this is the bonus item. You can see it's clearly labeled Battlecry bonus items for round 1. You know, this is what you got. In addition to getting the full game with enough to play Zentradi versus the RDF, you know, you got all this other stuff. More decals, you know, more cards, bases. I mean, I don't know, give me more of the cards, the bases for everything, full kits. You know, man, everything is in here. I mean, you can see, I'll bring it back over here. I mean, this is basically a whole nother box of free add-ons. I mean, I think if you're going to do a Kickstarter, this is the right way to do it. I mean, really rewarding people from getting in on the ground floor and helping support your game. I mean, I think this is going to do really well. I was fortunate enough to play a run through of the game, a demo of the game. I did not get one of their special edition dreadnoughts that they had, or sorry, Destroids. I may have called them dreadnoughts earlier. My apologies. I got 40K on the brain. You know, it's a 40K show. From Adepticon, but you know, whatever, snooze you lose. Anyway, you know, this stuff, see, it's a lot of stuff. Looks like definitely worth the investment. Gonna be fun to play, cool to check out, nice branding, cool dice. You know, I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on this game. Thank you all for watching this video.